you wake up 15 minutes before work. After a while, you wake up 10 minutes before work, and then like before you know it, you wake up like 2 minutes before work.
Hello everyone and welcome to a brand new episode of Hashtag Good Talk. This is a series by MYNCA where youths could come together and discuss about topics that are current and relevant. So, for today's episode, we will be talking about work/study from home. So now with this new norm of working online, studying online, do you feel that your productivity has increased or decreased?
Wow, actually, to be very honest, for me, it's about the same. I mainly do graphic design and like marketing. Most of the time, it's usually done on the computer anyways. I guess at first, because we are always at home, so you don't really feel the pressure as much. So there's like the tendency to slack. I guess I have adapted to it. I set like milestones on things I need to complete at like certain times. So it's good because it trains discipline. Yeah, it really does. At first, it was really bad lah. At first, I really didn't do anything. Yeah.
I have both sides to share because I'm working and I'm also studying. It was quite tough to get used to because we have a lot of Zoom meetings and discussions have to be held online. With that, it takes a lot more time. You have to wait for someone to finish talking first. It's like you'll be counted as rude if somebody in front of you just cut in right now. It's so easy to be distracted by everything else, especially like after a day of work. You just want to rest, but then you have to keep yourself awake for another 3 hours at night. You know, like it's hard to say whether it increase or decrease.
In terms of level of productivity, it never really increase or decrease. For me, I would prefer to work with people, like physically, because when I see people work, right, I want to work even more.
I think I relate to Ryan a bit more rather than to Lester and Jamie because it seems like there's no change for me. I just had the hardest time trying to concentrate, trying to do stuff for work. Like I think the first few months of like internship, I was like, what is this? Before I knew, right, everything was like piling up and I was like, oh. But like Ryan said, it's more on like that drive and that kind of motivation to do work. What do you think are the challenges and advantages of working and studying from home?
I realized a lot of things you don't actually need to meet people to do. I guess in poly, group members are always like, hey group, let's meet. Then you go and then you meet and then you do nothing and then you're like, you could have done this at home. Some modules, honestly, it being taught on computer would have been better, even if there was no COVID around. In the future, I'm going to intern, right? And then I tell people like, I've never used a DSLR camera. Oh yeah, last year during my photo journey, I just take pictures on my phone. My school is like making up for it. They're like, okay, you can come to school once a week now to try play with the equipment, but especially for courses that are more hands-on, yeah, that's the worst of it. Yeah. And also, of course, when I'm in class and I'm not talking and there's nothing to do, I just use my phone while the teacher is talking. Because no one really pays attention. And the teacher can't call you out because they can't see you.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
I love the don't show video, stop video function. It's amazing. And even in poly, like you use your phone, you won't really be called out because it's like self-directed learning. If you want to learn, then learn. But if you don't, that's not my problem, kind of thing, you know.
No, but you at least like discreetly use your phone under the table. Now you can just outright.
Yeah, like in class you're like, okay, maybe use a few minutes, then after that you just put it back, right? But at home you just like, once you start, you don't stop.
Exactly.
You just go on, and then afterwards you realize, oh, the class has ended. What have I learned? Nothing. Yeah.
Lecturers of Lester, Bernice, and Jamie, please take note of this. So like I actually learn how to host new programs. I actually made new friends overseas from Hong Kong, from Mexico, from Korea. I gained a lot of new experiences. I gained a lot of my new skills, which I think will be relevant, which will be useful in my work, in my future.
I think school-wise, yeah, I like online assignments, but I don't like online classes. Even with discussions, like we have to do it through text, which is difficult to get an answer that I want. So it's a lot more difficult in that sense.
When I did work, usually I was in my room. I have a younger sister, but like we have our own rooms at first. But now we've changed to one study room and now we share a room. We didn't want to clash our rest space with work space. I think it's helped me tremendously in like giving myself a break, knowing when I should stop and start work. Yeah lah. So it's like going to work every day when I'm just walking to the next room.
Yeah, I think what you mentioned also is setting boundaries for ourselves, right? Some of us will be more inclined to work past the official working hours because your home is now your office, your room is now your office, right? This whole work from home thing really throws that off balance. I will receive emails at like, I don't know, 2 a.m. And I was like, what's wrong with these people? Why are they working at 2 a.m.? Yeah, so I think it's very, very important that we are able to draw that line and like to set healthy boundaries.
We should learn how to say stop to ourselves. As we now work from home, it's like there has been many changes that all of us we had to adapt during this recent time. So maybe give a friend a call or drop just to check how they are and stuff, and to show that they are not alone. Until then, we'll see you next time. Thanks everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.